everyone, welcome back. I'm Vivi, and today's video is my ABOUTus Draw Themselves video, which basically means I'm going to try and draw myself as what I look like in the inner world. I have never ever used Photoshop to draw, yet alone our graphic tablet, so it's going to be a bit interesting, a bit of a challenge for myself, and I hope you keep that in mind. While drawing, it's probably not going to turn out as well as Isa's did. We have quite different drawing styles. I'm not quite sure what my drawing style is though, but I really hope you're going to learn a bit more about me, and as in Isa's video, I'm going to voice over what I've done to let you know in a bit more detail why I'm doing things, what I look like, etc. Just a little bit more background story to what I'm doing and to myself. So let's get started. So to start off, I did what Isa did, which is sketch out what I'm going to draw, where I'm going to draw things. And it was a bit tricky because I didn't really know what proportions I wanted to have. I also did a sketch beforehand, mainly because I've never used Photoshop before and I wanted to at least have like an orientation as to what I'm drawing. It was more difficult than I thought it was going to be. As you can see, the sketch is very messy with a lot of lines, which is why I decided to do another layer, or to add another layer with more clear lines. But you can see there as well that I'm struggling quite a lot. This step I actually had to start recording 5 or 6 or 7 times just because I struggled. But oh well, I kind of figured it out after a while. It's all a learning process, and I am quite happy with the little after line art that I've done. It really helped me later on, and I wasn't really sure how much I should draw of myself. Should I just draw my torso? Should I just draw my face? But I decided to kind of cut it a bit below the waistline because, I don't know, I kind of wanted to add a bit of a skirt. It took me quite a while to then decide how to go on, and I moved on to start with my skin color. I myself have quite pale skin color, but it does not look pale. So my skin color still has quite a glow to it. I don't look ill with my skin color, even though it might look like that in the picture. I wanted to try and do some shading to make things a bit more like dimensional. But right now I'm doing quite a long pause, mainly because I couldn't figure out how to shade ears. I wanted to look on our phone but didn't find any picture where you can see our ears. For orientation, I'm not really sure why I didn't look up in the internet. When I would have googled ears, I would have found a picture that would have given me some reference, but no, that was not what I could think of, and I kind of gave up and moved on, which I then did to my clothing. I've decided to draw me with a velvet, pastel-y, turquoise, teal, cyan choker, and I love my velvet and pastel colors, which is why I usually wear pastel-y things. I drew myself in a flowy kind of shirt blouse thing, which has like cut out shoulder parts and a little heart at the front of our chest. I think it's very cute and I really like it, so I decided to draw me in it. And I also wanted to do to the choker my matching velvet skirt, but I didn't really know how to do the velvety texture on a skirt without it looking strange. So right now it's looking as if I'm wearing a skirt made out of fur. So you kind of have to deal with that. I also added one of my favorite belts I have. It's a white leather belt with metal heart rings around it. I wasn't really sure how to depict it correctly, but you will see later on. It's going to look great. Okay, what you've seen there is I did struggle quite a lot with trying to do my hair color. If you've seen some pictures or drawings of myself, you will know that I don't just have one hair color. They're quite all over the place. I've got very, very curly hair, I have bangs, and I have some strands being braided, like being tiny braids, and some are just fluffy curly hair hanging around, flying around, floofing around. And there are in a lot of different colors: pastel pink, white, teal, blue, like all pastel of course. And it was quite hard to actually draw it. As you could see in the start, I did try to do it with like a cyan blue ground base for my hair, but it looked just not like I wanted it to. I couldn't do white because the background is white, and then I kind of went for pastel-y pink again. I really just love my hair. I usually wear it open, so that's what it is. I then moved on to do some makeup, mainly because I like wearing makeup. I tried to add some blush and highlighter. It looks a bit derpy, I think. It looks a bit funny, but kind of cute as well. I also have quite a stubby, cute nose. I don't know if I've said that before, but I just noticed that. With my eye color, I do have a very difficult eye color to draw. It's not light gray, it's more of a light hazel, like with a fainted hint of brown and green and blue. So that was what I've done there. And my lips, I've drawn me with my favorite lipstick, which is also pastel colored. Who could have guessed that I would wear pastel lipstick? I know, I love my things pastel-y. I'm not really sure if you will learn stuff about me in this video besides me loving pastel and me having curly hair and a strange face shape. I lastly tried to move on to our final outline. I did some squigglies in our hair to underline that we have this kind of curly hair, and I kind of messed up sometimes and I had to redo stuff or take stuff back or accidentally pressed back. I do think though that outlining things really made things come together. First, well, like my eyes are
now looking very, very like popping. I tried to highlight my cheekbones a bit more and the outline of clothing that I'm wearing, just to give a bit more depth to where stuff ends and where stuff starts. I did struggle quite a bit later on, which you will see with the belt. That was quite a process, as well as I wasn't sure how to outline the skirt, because it looks like I was wearing a furry skirt, so I couldn't draw a straight line. It would look strange. And the hearts were a thing. It doesn't look as bad as I thought. And lastly, I signed it. This is my picture. I really don't know if you've learned anything about my appearance. Things I could mention is I've got a very tiny frame, so my shoulders aren't as broad. I don't have lots of hips or thighs or stuff like that. I'm quite slim. I also don't have like a lot of chest, which I personally don't mind. I just don't really know what to say anymore. I hope that it was a bit helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know and write it in the comments and I'll try to answer them if you have questions regarding my appearance.
So I guess that's all for today. I really hope you were able to learn a bit more about what I look like, that you have a better picture of me in mind when you see me, as well as I hope you were able to enjoy it. I hope it was a bit relaxing, and write in the comments what you think about my drawing. Write in the comments what you think about just what I've done today, and leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our channel if you're new. Go check out our Patreon and our Ko-Fi to give some extra support to our system. And we will see you guys next time. We love you, love you, love you.